Hey guys, welcome back. This is your host Phil from underKG.com, and today we're going to take a look on the Galaxy Y3, Galaxy J7 Aero, or some other name in other regions. I don't know how Samsung decides their names by the region, but it's the same phone, probably. Let's start with the design, where there's nothing much to talk about. It's the same cheaper Samsung Android device design. It's blocky, flat, it's plastic unibody, well, polycarbonate to be precise, but who cares? One notable thing, however, is that it's surprisingly well built as a plastic phone, with the personal exception of camera design that doesn't really go along with the squarey, blocky design. I think I know where it comes from. And one more thing that I don't like is that buttons don't light up. Well, if they wanted to cut some cost there, it's cool, but they at least could have painted it in a brighter, reflective color like the Galaxy S7 Prime. The display well exceeded my expectation, especially when it doesn't sound good at all on the paper with 5.5 inches of HD resolution. This is an LCD panel with the RGB layout, so while it doesn't look as sharp as a full HD panel, it's a lot better than HD resolution pan-tile layout display. And on top, they were nice enough to include the screen color mode, starting from adaptive, cinema, photo, basic, and even the color balance from cool to warm, along with advanced color options to let you control red, green, and blue, each and one of them. Performance-wise, there's not much to talk about when it's got good old Exynos 7870 octa-core processor. With 2GB of RAM paired with Oreo is surprisingly fast, actually. Launching an app, closing one, launching another one, closing that, and switching between those apps were actually a lot faster than I thought. It's not specifically a powerful processor, but I can see the level of optimization that Samsung has gone through with the software and the chipset. Just make sure not to play those hardcore 3D games. The software is also good. It runs Samsung Experience 9.0 based on Android 8.0 Oreo. The software is clean, straightforward, and it looks neat at the same time. If you don't like the way it looks, you can download a whole lot of themes from the store. And on top of that, Samsung didn't take that many features away because it's a cheaper phone. A few things that I noticed is lack of scroll capture, the smart capture features, and you can't do that to capture your screen. And keyboard and buttons don't vibrate your phone. There's no haptic feedback. And unlike the previous models, it has all the sensors that you need, including the ambient light sensor. One thing they didn't include is a fingerprint reader, so you have face recognition instead, which takes its time. And this is solely based on the front-facing camera, so it doesn't work in darker environments. That means you're gonna encounter a lot of failures. See, that's the thing. If there was no face recognition, I would have just forgotten about the fact that it doesn't have a fingerprint reader. I mean, I got a cheaper phone, so I guess I'll just have to deal with it. But because it has face recognition that fails so often, it constantly reminds me that I'm going through all this hassle because they decided not to include a fingerprint reader. I know that's not a logical way of thinking, but that's how it worked out for me. For the headphones, you can connect them to the port on the bottom, and it's got a variety of sound effects. It's got equalizers starting from normal, pop, classic, jazz, rock, and custom even. So you can micro-control your equalizer, or you can opt in for UHQ upscaler, Cube Amp Pro, Concert Hall, Adapt Sound, or even Dolby Atmos, although it doesn't work with the speaker. And talking about the speaker, it's located right here. It's a bit weird, but I kind of liked it that it's firing sound from somewhat in the middle instead of the complete end of the phone. And the quality of sound was a lot better than expectation as well. It had unexpected amount of bass. For the camera, you can double click on the home button to launch, and photo quality is good. They're bright, they're colorful, although in poorly lit conditions, they're easily shaken. The low lighting photos also get better with HDR, but there's no auto mode, so you have to go tap it every time you want to activate it. Selfie cam is also fairly good in daylight condition. In lower light, it also blurs the images and more so gets easily shaken. One good thing is that they included selfie focus. It's like the portrait mode or the bokeh effect on the selfie, and it works quite well. But my favorite part has to be that 3300 mAh built-in battery. It lasts up to 8 hours of screen on time in my daily usage. I'm always on LTE network, so if you're more on Wi-Fi, then you're gonna get even longer lifespan on the battery than I did. Not so good part is charging through the microUSB port. It takes 2 hours with 5V 2A charger. So those were all the details, and here we go with conclusion. Galaxy Y3, Galaxy J7 Aero is not a bad phone. It's actually a pretty good phone. I like it. And just like everything on the market, the price you pay for is going to be the key to decide whether it's a good value or not. My personal call as of June 2018 is under $170. Below $170 is a good phone. You're gonna like it. It's a value device at a value price. But anything over that, you might as well consider getting something like Galaxy J7 2017, which was a pretty good phone and has a lot of extra features on top of this. It's got full HD display, always on display, front-facing LED flash, Samsung Pay in some regions, metal body if you like these, and most importantly, it has fingerprint reader. So yeah, overall, this is like a Galaxy J7 2017 Lite. This is actually a lot lighter than those light phones usually are. 170 bucks, I think that's about fair. So that was our quick look on Galaxy J7 Aero. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. You can always meet us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. We'll see you guys later. Ciao.